Today is still September 28th, 2023. Still going on today. I got rid of a lot of them last night, which is my apartment's still bugged from the protected custody case. And these idiots, to make extra money, the agent from the Starr County FBI task force, him and his family, to pay off their drug debt, sold a login. Everybody knows it's them, and that's why they did it. And the people that drug me up were the drug dealers they owed. And last night, when it's like, you do realize this is, um, they're having people drive by scream stuff at me. They take a video, they upload it to the case, hoping somebody will purchase the case, and that way they can get more drug money. You're helping them with their heroin and cocaine addiction. Every time you run in a store, you all something, they take a video of it, they upload it into that protected custody case, and they're selling the protected custody case online, and they're hoping to get more ratings just so that they can go out and buy some more heroin and cocaine. They have a really bad drug habit. That's why, where I told you I went out to eat with that one guy, he said, I know somebody who deals drugs. He said, I asked him about what happened to you. And he said, they told me to tell you that you didn't realize who was doing this to you. That agent owed those drug dealers money. That's why they were willing to show their face in public hurting you. And that they hurt you until he paid where he stole the money from the witness protection program that was meant for you, till you paid him off, and then they raised enough money for another drug shipment. And he said, and they knew that you didn't know that he was using you, and they're mad. And there's a lot of people, he's talking about different people extremely mad about this big drug scam he pulled down here, and it's just a drug scam. So I mean, I got to thinking about it. They sold it. There, people were talking about it clearing an Oakland apartment in October, November of 21, of buying it. Faith Family Church, Woodlawn Church, Trinity Gospel Temple, people have it all over. You go anywhere, they have it. Like, they laugh at, everybody knows what's going on but our family. And he made millions off of it. I didn't even tell that guy they did that. They had showed up and beat up vehicles and left in $80,000 trucks, Hummers and Vats. They made millions off of this. Um, it's an agent out of the area. I lived in Portage County. I called the hotline September 23rd, 2018, and it should have went to Akron, not a Starr County FBI task force in the courthouse of Canton. But Dave was dating his daughter, the one they met in that store when we first moved up there, and they agreed to help kill me. Instead of killing me, they decided to embezzle from the witness protection program, scare me into calling him. He could grab it, and then they could make money off of this. And like they said, he came up with an idea of selling the case, and then just kept the terrorism up so that they could sell more and more. They do reality shows all the time on TV, and he made his own little reality show. Instead of like Naked and Afraid out there where they drop him and they all follow him around, or one of those weird documentaries where neighbors beat on walls and they tape it. Well, this is instead those drug dealers harassing me while he makes money off of it, while he's had me raped and tortured, drugged, almost murdered, and made money off of it to pay his drug debts to those drug dealers and then keep up his drug habit, him and his family. Um, he's not funny. He's has had me raped and tortured, and then even showed it to children. He is a pervert, and he needs to go to jail. He exploits women and children for money so that he can pay off his drug debts. He's a very vile criminal. Um, him and his family. And it's just drug dealers doing this to me. Absolutely just drug dealers. I told you how he bullied me on the phone into a false statement. Even the police know that he did it. And then made me plead for my life, and then opened the formant program with all the witness protection program things. And then, threatened me if I told someone, and bullying me again. And people took him literally. And the only thing he could do was open that witness protection program, and just with the basics in it. And then he stole all the money for himself, and then he sold the protected custody case. And he's made over 300,000 just from my case alone without the sale of the login. This is just him and his drug dealing friends driving by, terrorizing me, yelling stuff. And then having people run in the store, yell stuff, tape it, and upload it. I had a client that would do singing videos, um, and he would upload it to this one thing. And he said every time they opened it and people look at it, he got so much money. And within like 2 months on just his little singing videos, he made like $80. He didn't even have that many people look at it. Just think where they sold it and went to clear to California, Texas, Florida, Michigan, New York, Tennessee, Kentucky, Indiana, Illinois, North Carolina, Virginia. They had drug dealers everywhere around me. I got drugged up so bad uh, that I lost, close to 70 pounds within 5 months. It was so bad up there. I couldn't even keep saliva down. I'm lucky to be alive. And here I was already losing weight before I called the FBI. I had bruises all over. I couldn't understand why I was getting sick and where I was showing up with all these marks. If Dave was beating me in my sleep, why wasn't I waking up? And then I'm so dizzy, I'm almost passing out in the yard trying to mow the lawn or at different times and just throwing up. And I wasn't that sick before we moved up there. And here they were date rape drugging me. And photoshopping scenes and stuff where they were stalking me before so that they could set up their little hate crime and their big scam down here. None of this is funny. People have said the mafia is mad because they pulled this big drug scam. People have said stuff to me in casinos. People have other people show up and say stuff to me. I have nothing to do with them, nor would I condone any kind of violence or anybody getting harmed. I do want the people that hurt me to go to jail, but that's it. Um, what part of they victimized me do they not understand? Because they have done so many drugs, I think they have fried their brains to the point they don't understand that they can't kick in my door. They can't Photoshop shower scenes. They can't date rape drug me. They can't stalk me. They didn't get a court order. Nobody is allowed in your home except for protected life cases with statements. It's entrapment, and whoever it is goes to jail for that. I even looked up the law. They can't even look at it ever, and they automatically lose their badge and go to jail. Even officers have told me that. And then I went on the Department of Justice. It is. It's entrapment. You have a right to be safe and secure in your own home. You also have a right to remain quiet. You have a right to an attorney. You have a right to a fair court trial, bail, and bond. You have a right not to be mistreated. And you have a freedom of speech. And you have a right that they can't badger you. They have to take your statement if they believe you or not. And they have to look into it. And they can't interfere in a statement from a victim, a witness, or informant. They can't tell anybody not to believe it, and they can't tell anybody they can't help you. Failure to protect is abuse and misconduct. This has just been one scam on top of another scam that an agent has been playing down here, running out like a serial killer and using people's low IQ to help pay for his cocaine and heroin addictions and whatever other drugs he's got, and keeping this all up of just people driving by. Here, tape it. Somebody run in, tape it. Da 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 da. And then laugh and then upload it, hoping somebody else will open it. And so they can make more drug money. Nobody finds any of this funny that they have exploited women and children to just to feed their drug habit. And that's the only thing going on. People need to realize how not funny this is and tell them to go get help with their heroin and cocaine problems or whatever drugs they're addicted to and stop exploiting people just to feed their own drug habit. I have never been questioned of wrongdoing. I've never been prosecuted. I've never been found guilty. They made up scams that I had charges. I can pass an FBI background check in a heartbeat. I've never done anything wrong. This is just their mental illness, and they're so wrapped up in drugs they don't care who they hurt. They look for the next fix no matter what they have to do and no matter who they have to hurt. If it's exploiting little kids by showing them a real torture on a woman and her telling what they did to those babies when they took them off because they show up. Will took me out today. He made me up to me today at 6. They raped her. They shouldn't even know what the word rape is. or understand what the meeting, and then saying it in front of my clients, and then people even admitting to knowing who was in the room and everything else. It's been horrifying. He does not care who he exploits, women, children, anybody, so that he can get his next drug fix, him and his family. The people driving by are just drug dealers or people that are hooked on drugs trying to get their high by doing this and getting some kind of drug out of it. People need to stop participating and realize it's just drug dealers. And the FBI needs to get down here, get that agent that picked up my case after I called the hotline. It's him. The police know it. People know that he stole the money from the case. People know that he's the one that told on me at the church. So does the police. So do they know that he bullied me into a false statement saying I was lying when I wasn't, under a threat of arrest. They also know he's the one that stole the money and that his daughter was dating my husband. Someone does need to get me out of here, because I'll tell you what, there is large men down here at different times, and then they pull back, and then one guy showed up a year and a half ago and re-showed up again. He's been keeping an eye on me, and I don't know who he is. And they may just be looking for running this scam. I don't know, and I don't want to be people's pawns anymore, and I don't want to be somebody that they exploit just so that they can keep up their drug habit. And I don't want other people looking for him for pulling drug deals and using me as a pawn. I don't want to be in the middle of this craziness that his family is causing, and they need to be locked up for the crimes that they've committed.